Let's move on to getting these new pads installed. You are going to want to clean these pins and then apply some lubricant to them. I'm going to use this silicone paste as it will help keep moisture out. You also need to remove these old clips and clean up the bracket with a brush and some brake clean. Then you will need to use a good brake lubricant like I have here to prevent your brakes from squeaking. I'll show you exactly where and what parts to apply this to. This is the kit I will be using from AutoZone. I believe it's a Duralast kit. This is perfect because it also comes with new boots, which is great because the old boots on the bracket are starting to dry rot. Let's get those pins cleaned up. Spray them down with some brake clean and then wipe them off with a rag or a towel. These don't need to look perfect. All you want to do is remove as much of the old dirt and grime as you can. Also take a look at the threads. I decided to take a wire brush to them because there was a little bit of dirt in each thread. Once that's done, give them a spray with your brake clean and then wipe them dry. Now we can move on to our caliper bracket. There are a total of 4 metal clips on these brackets to hold the brake pads in place. These are easy to spot as 2 are right here. And 2 right here. It's a good idea to replace these as over time they will wear down. Also, it helps that they aren't very expensive. Go ahead and grab all 4 of your new clips and lay them next to the caliper bracket. At this point, you want to put them in the same orientation as they are on the bracket. This way, all you need to do is push them on after applying your brake lubricant. Go ahead and remove 2 of the clips from one side. Then you are going to want to clean this area up right here. So grab your brake clean and spray it down. Now grab your wire brush and start cleaning the area that the clips set in. Once you feel like you have removed most of the dirt or debris, go ahead and spray it down with some more brake clean and wipe it with a rag or a towel. These don't need to be perfect, however, it is important to get them pretty clean to prevent uneven wear and brake squeal. Now we can do the same for the other toe. Go ahead and remove them and then put the new clips in the same orientation so it's easy to install. And just like the other side, spray the area with some brake clean and use a wire brush to clean it. Once done, spray it down one more time with your brake clean and then wipe it down with a rag or a towel. One of the best ways to check how clean the surface really is to wipe your finger across it. If it feels like the surface is still rough or has bumps, you want to repeat the cleaning process. If it is smooth, you are ready to move on. Now we can replace those old worn out rubber boots. You will notice one boot goes directly through the caliper bracket and one does not. We are going to start with this one. This is simple, just pull the boot straight off, just like that. This boot is small, so just grab the smaller boot in the kit you bought. Before installing, you are going to want to clean up the area that the boot rests. If there's too much debris in the way, the boot will not sit properly, which can cause moisture to enter and can cause the pins to seize up. So I'm going to take a rag and give it a few wipes. Then you want to grab your boot in this orientation and make sure this end goes in the hole. This is what will lock it in place and prevent moisture from entering. You want to work it from all angles to make sure it sets in the groove of the caliper bracket. Take your time as you don't want to rip the new boot. Once it is flush like this, we can begin with the longer boot. The easiest way is to push this end in to essentially unlock it from the bracket. You can't just pull this end out as it's too difficult. So grab a screwdriver or a punch like I am using and give it a push. Once it goes in like that, you want to grab the other end and start pulling it out. This boot will be stubborn, so get a grip and use some strength to pull it out. It will eventually come out just like that. You can see some rust on the boot, which is why it was a little difficult to pull off. That's a good reason right there to replace these boots. If there is rust on yours like this, that means moisture was present and could have caused problems down the road. Now I should probably mention, it may be a good idea to apply some silicone paste inside of the hole for this boot and even for the other boot. Silicone paste is a great product to use for many reasons, including the ability to withstand high temperatures, waterproofing, and creating an airtight seal, which is exactly what we need for these rubber boots. I did apply some to the pins, but felt like it was worth mentioning to use it here as well. Alright, so the goal here is to get the boot started in the hole of the bracket and then carefully push the boot in the rest of the way with the punch. Kind of like that. If you are using a screwdriver, don't push too hard as you don't want to puncture the end of the boot. You will want the end to be flush with the caliper bracket, so try to push it back. If it isn't budging, just grab the other end and give it a little pull. Perfect. Now we can grab our brake parts lubricant. You are going to want to apply this to the section that we used a metal wire brush on. That section holds the new brake pad retaining clips, and applying this grease will prevent the pads from squealing. All you need is a light coat like this. That looks good. Now we can put those clips on. Remember to put them on the correct way or else you may run into issues. The small tabs can't go on the inside or else it will scrape the rotor as you are driving. So we need to make sure it's facing away from the middle of the bracket, which means it needs to go right here. Go ahead and line up the clip and then give it a push. That's it. It will hold in place, so let's move on to the next one. Now this clip has a small tab facing to the right, so we can go ahead and push it into this part of the caliper bracket. Just like that. That side is done, so we can flip the bracket around and do the exact same thing with the other clips. Make sure that small tab is facing out and push the clip into place. Do the same with the last clip. If you were unsure what I meant by tab, I'm referring to these little metal parts of the clips that stick out. If they are pointing away from the inside of the bracket, then you know you have put them on correctly. Now you can grab your brake parts lubricant again, and you want to apply them to those clips you just installed. Just like earlier, all you need is a thin layer to prevent brake squeal. Once you are done with one side, go ahead and do the other side. That looks good. Now this is important. You want to grab a rag or a paper towel and carefully place it in this gap here. This is where your rotor will sit and you can see some brake lubricant sticking out. So clean that up a little bit to prevent the lube from getting on the rotor. Make sure you do that for both sides. The easiest way to do this would probably be to sit the bracket down and then place the rag in each slot while moving it back and forth like this. That should clean the area up. Now when we look through those slots, you can see it looks a lot cleaner. That's exactly what you want. Before you just put the pads onto the bracket, you will need, I know this is repetitive, but I'm going to say it again, a thin layer of brake lubricant on the back and a little on the little nubs on the side of the pads. That's how it should look. Now when installing, you will see there is a small curve to the pad. That part needs to face the bottom and the larger curve up top. Also when pressing it onto the bracket, you want those two nubs to slide into these two ports on the metal retaining clips we installed earlier. Try to keep it even and then press it in all the way. Perfect. If the shim pops up for any reason, just go ahead and press it back into place until it's flush with the back of the brake pad. Do the exact same thing with the other side. Apply grease to the back of the pad and then on the two sides. Now carefully press the pad into place until it sets flush with the rotor. Just like that. You can remove both brake pads now if you want. They typically will pull out just like this. However, for some reason the back pad would not. This isn't a big deal because you can easily remove them with the bracket off of the rotor. Once both bolts are removed, you can remove the caliper bracket. Now with it off of the rotor, you can see it's easy to remove that old pad. This one had plenty of pad left. However, since we are already replacing all the other pads, I'm going to replace these as well. Now go ahead and remove the old clips and place the new clips right under them in the same orientation. Once that's done, bust out the brake clean so we can clean the area the clips rest in. Spray it down and then use your wire brush to clean the area. Spray it down again to wash away the dirt and debris. Then do the same thing for the other side. You can see how much cleaner they look when doing this. Go ahead and give the area a wipe with a rag or a towel and then feel it with your finger. You want it to feel smooth. If there are bumps and it feels a little rough, make sure you use the wire brush some more to remove the foreign matter so those clips can set flush and allow the brake pads to move properly. Now you want to grab your brake parts lubricant and apply it to the same area that you just cleaned. And as I said 100 times earlier, you just want to apply a thin coat. Here's a fun little game. How many times in this video have I said apply a thin coat? Keep in mind I also said it for the anti-seize and silicone paste. Let me know in the comments what your best guess is. Also, you should probably remove the old rubber boots before applying the lube to keep things clean. So let's remove those now. Starting with the longer boot, you will want to use a screwdriver or a punch like I am using right here. Push this end in, remove the screwdriver or punch, and then pull the boot straight out. This one came out easier than the other side, and you can see why. There isn't any rust dust on the inside of the boot, so moisture did not enter and seize anything, which is exactly what we want. Now the other side is easy. Just pull it straight off. Oh, and don't forget what I said earlier. It's probably a good idea to apply some silicone paste to the inside right here where the boots go in to help keep out moisture. Starting with the small boot, push it into place and then work the edges in to get it to sit properly. That's how it should look. Moving on to the longer boot, you can place it over the end of your punch and slowly and carefully push it into the caliper bracket. If you are using a screwdriver, be very careful as you do not want to push too hard as you will run the risk of piercing the boot. You want to push it in just enough so the end sits flush. Now we can grab our new clips and start inserting them into the bracket. They can easily be pushed into place. And remember, the small tabs need to be facing out. So the left side, they need to be on the left. And the right side needs to be on the right. Just push it on. You can see they both fit perfectly into the groove of the bracket. Let's do the same thing with the other side and then we can move on. Again, tab on the left faces to the left. Push the clip into place. And the tab on the right faces to the right, and then push that clip into place too. Now that the clips are locked in place, you know what comes next, right? Yep, we need to apply yet another thin layer of brake lube to the clips. Perfect. Now place your caliper bracket just like this so we can clean up some of that brake lube. And place your rag or towel in like this and then give it a few wipes. Do this for both sides and that should do it. You can see by looking down the tunnel that it looks very clean, which is exactly what we want. Now we can get those brake pads installed. So go ahead and grab your new brake pad and start applying your brake parts lubricant to the back of the pad like this. And don't forget the 2 contact points on the ends right here and right here. Just apply it to the tabs that stick out. Then you can push the pad into place like this. Those tabs on the pad you want to go into the metal clips you installed earlier on the caliper bracket. Now do the same thing with the other side, then we can move on. Perfect. That's all there is to it. If you found any part of this video helpful or entertaining, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button as well as the notification bell so you don't miss a video from our channel. Thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one.